hold 2 black belts in a martial art called Kung Fu at 18 years of age. And in this video I'm going to be breaking down how it's made me a more disciplined, driven and productive person as a result, and what you can take away from my 13 years of training martial arts. Hello, I'm Dylan, I'm 18 and I coach unproductive people to turn productive using tactical techniques and strategies that changed my life forever. I went on a productivity journey from 5,000 hours or 210 days straight playing Call of Duty and other such video games, wasting my potential in actual work. And now I effortlessly and easily breeze through large banks of my work for my business, education and personal development goals, including getting my 3rd black belt this year at 18 years of age. And if you're looking to get more help from me on a more interpersonal level, the top link in the description will take you to the productivity package that will change your life. It has absolutely everything you need to turn productive, including my personal phone number so I can hold your hand through the trials and tribulations of productivity. If that sounds interesting, check it out. But the first thing I learned from 13 years of training martial arts at 18 years of age is that motivation doesn't exist. I've been training so long that the novelty's worn off. It still excites me some days to get in there, to get a good fight going, to get good sweat going, but most of the time it's sheer discipline. Every single week I have to hype myself up, I have to motivate myself to be disciplined and driven, to drive all the way 40 minutes to training, to train for 2 hours and drive all the way back. That discipline to get your kit on, to get your bag ready, to get your weapons ready, to go outside, get in the car, drive 40 minutes, train hard for 2 hours and then come home. It takes a lot. It takes a lot of energy, it takes a lot of mental fatigue, but I have a mantra for it. The treasure you wish to find lies in the cave you're not willing to enter. This is what discipline feels like. Every single time I'm struggling to find the motivation to go to training, I get excited. I get excited when I'm feeling lazy because this is what discipline feels like. This is the work that needs to be done. Every single person I speak to, I coach in productivity. You speak to them, do you want to work hard for success? Do you want to feel what discipline feels like? Do you want to be able to get up, do something when you seriously don't want to do it and feel amazing afterwards because you've just completed the task that you've been dreading and putting off for a while? And this is what training is for me. Not only do I go and I enjoy it, obviously, but when I don't want to go and I enjoy it, that's the discipline, that's the skill being built, and that is what discipline feels like. If you want to be disciplined, if you want to do things when you don't want to do them and reap the rewards anyways, motivation can't be the only factor you rely on in your life. And that's what 13 years of martial arts has taught me, because the novelty's worn off. There's weeks where I really don't want to go. I have to tell myself, the treasure you wish to find is in the cave you're not willing to enter. And you just gotta go. The next thing I've learned from gaining 2 black belts at 18 is you need intention. And no offense to these guys, but they're only young. There's a couple of younger fighters in the club and they try every single week. They turn up, they're consistent and they're trying, they're improving, etc, but there's no intention behind the punches. You can do 1,000 punches every single day of your life, but if you have no intention to improve the arc of your punch, to improve position you're punching, the amount of hip rotation you get into it, whether your feet are flat, whether your front knee is bent so you can engage your full body's force, whether your arm is slightly bent as you finish and continue the punch, so over the course of the next 10,000 punches you don't end up messing up your joints. Without the intention, without the focus on your breathing, you aren't going to make progress. It's like in driving almost. You see people on the road, they've been driving 10,000 hours, enough to be a master, but people are still bad at driving because there's no intention. When they get in the car, they don't actively actualize this intention. They don't say, I'm going to drive better, 1% better than last time. I'm going to go to training, I'm going to do this punch 1% better than last time. People just turn up and they roll into this monotonous, habitual style of training where they just do what they're doing. It's good for the fitness, your cardio will improve, but whether you're actually going to improve the training is a different situation. You need intention. And you can apply this to productivity, because if you turn up and you attempt the work every single day and you complete it, but it's subpar, it's not full to your potential, and your potential is limitless, you can always improve, you can always be 1% better. This implementation of 1% better, this intention to improve your productive system, whether it be 1 week you work and your phone's pinging, the next session of work you do, you completely turn off your phone. You just sit down at your desk and you complete the work you need to get done. Whether it's you're working late in the evening and your computer's blue light is messing up your sleep, the next time you work, you put on a color filter of red, so when you go to sleep, it doesn't affect you at all because the blue light's been completely blocked. Whether you're working on a full stomach, you've just eaten food and now you're getting the work done, but you're feeling lethargic, you're feeling pathetic, you're feeling, quite frankly, full and fat, you fast before you work. You do the work and then you get the food. These intentional shifts in productivity are what's going to separate you from the 99%. It's what's going to make you different. It's what's going to improve you by 1% week on week on week, 52% a year. Improve. Constant evaluation of your productivity routine. What did I do well? What didn't I do well? Etc. etc. This intensive focus is going to make you improve. This intensive focus is going to bring you to this position that you want to be, this success that you desire. Because, like I said, you can turn up to training, you can punch 1,000 times every single session you turn up, but without intention, you're not going to improve the punch. The final and one of the most important things I've learned from training from such a young age, I started at 6 and I'm 18 and I've consistently gone, not missing more than 2 weeks at a time, is the detachment of the ego. The people that train for such a long period of time, that are so consistent in their training, have to have a slightly detached ego, because you join the martial art gym, you try, you train, and you suck. The first session you do is awful. You're doing the same thing over and over, it's boring, it's not as stimulating as you're hoping, and your punches are bad. You spar someone, you get beat up a little bit, you're a little bit bruised, you're a little bit hurt, your ego has been flattened, and that's where people quit. They join, they get beat up because they're bad, they're fresh to training, and rather than being inspired and detaching the egotistical side of themselves from the training, they take it personally, they quit. Oh, this gym sucks anyway, they try another one, they get beat up. Oh, that one sucks anyway, they try another one, they get beat up, that sucks anyways. And you need to detach your ego to actually make progress. You get beat up, rather than take the hit to the ego and your ego's dented because you've just lost to someone who maybe is someone smaller than you because they've been training longer and they look like they're easy to beat up, but then you end up getting beat up by them. Detach the ego. And it's the same in productivity. When you're attempting a productivity system like the one I'll teach you, which is linked in the description, you need to be consistent in your attempts towards it, rather than trying it once, twice, 3 times, 4 times and quitting because you're not seeing the results immediately. You need to detach your ego. You need to be a student, and you need to be astute and understand that consistency is the only thing that separates you from the 99%. Everyone can attempt something 10 times in a row, but the person who attempts it 1,000 times in a row has 1,000 times the success of the 99%. And gaining 2 black belts and training for 13 years, you're not immediately good. It took me 13 years. Hopefully this year I'll get my 3rd black belt. 13 years for 3 black belts. Do you think when I first started training at 6 years of age, do you think I went in there and I was good and I was ready to fight and my kicks were as high as someone's head and I'm doing these cool kicks? No. I was bad, I was young, and I had to detach my ego. I had to go through the trials and tribulations of this training and understand that consistency is what's going to separate me, is what's going to make me improve, is what's going to bring me to this result of 2 black belts. The detachment of the ego and the enjoyment of the process is one of the most important things I've learned from 13 years of training this year. And how you can apply it to productivity is, number 1, enjoy the process. Try to enjoy the process, but number 2, more importantly, is be consistent in your input. Don't do it for a week, do it for a month. Attempt it for 4 weeks in a row. If this productivity system is not working for you, swap it, change it, adapt it into the style that you think will work. Have a larger bank of data. Try it for longer and you'll see more of a result, more success seep in, because you're actually given chance for success to seep in rather than attempting it, sucking at it, and completely discarding it to try and attempt something new. But that's it. That is what having 2 black belts at 18 has taught me, and I hope this martial art approach to productivity is something you can apply and utilize in your own life. Thank you very much for watching. If you're looking to get more help from me, my exact productivity strategy is linked in the description. It has everything you need to turn productive, including my personal phone number so I can hold your hand through the trials and tribulations of productivity, and a free physical planner so you can plan your days and I can help you plan your days to finally turn productive and achieve all the goals you've set yourself this year. I appreciate you. Thank you for watching.